Hello, I'm Mary Gregory, executive and leadership coach, facilitator, and author. And welcome to my Monday confidence myth busting tips. So today, the third myth that we are going to focus on today is women are less confident than men. This gets touted around so often and can really impact people's confidence because they get told constantly that they're less confident than their male counterparts. But in reality, it's not that women are less confident, it's just that they face more bias than men do. So the reality is that, confidence is not a gendered thing. I work with both men and women leaders, and I can tell you that some of the men I work with are equally as unconfident about some of the situations they have to deal with and about themselves as leaders than the women that I work with are. But the reality is that women face a whole different set of barriers to men in the form of the biases that they face in the workplace. So here's just a few examples of the challenges that women face when it comes to bias in the workplace. First of all, women are judged more harshly. For example, assertive behavior. A man will be seen as a leader if he is assertive, whereas a woman will be labeled as aggressive or bossy. Societal norms. So with societal norms, women are often encouraged to play smaller, to not take risks, to prioritize likability over being confident. And that means that it makes it much, much harder for women to just express themselves authentically. And, a woman that's in the room that is more challenging will have less influence than a woman who is being more relatable and more likable. And then the other bias is that or the other challenge with biases is that they're often so underneath the surface. It's so difficult to grab hold of them and actually name what the biases are that are in place. They so often feel like they're invisible, and yet they're so impactful and create such an uneven playing field for both men and women. So ask yourself, have you ever unintentionally judged someone differently based on their gender? Because recognizing bias is the first step to changing it. And if we all started to take responsibility for the biases we hold and all started to try and be more conscious and mindful of how we might be biased, that's the way that we can start changing the system and making a difference. So one action you could take today when it comes to the unconscious biases that affect how women are treated in the workplace is start questioning your assumptions. When you see someone stepping up, for example, whether it's in a meeting, a conversation, or whether you're making a decision with them, ask yourself, how does their gender impact on how you respond to them? One of the most common situations that women share with me in the workshops that I run is that they get talked over in meetings. And commonly they'll come up with a really good idea only for them to be talked over. And then later on in the meeting, a man will step forward with the same idea, and it's the man that gets the recognition. So I really encourage you to think about when you might see that happening, to make sure that you acknowledge the woman who's come up with the idea and you allow them to speak and make their contribution. Catching these hidden biases really can help even up that playing field, and it can really support everyone to feel more confident and to shine. So let's change the narrative. Let's stop blaming women and start addressing the biases. We can start creating an environment where, and confidence isn't gender bound, and that everyone is encouraged to be confident. And if you'd like to understand more about confidence and work with me on really getting in touch with your authentic confidence, then join me on my workshop, which is taking place on the 20th of March in London, in person. And it's all about exploding the confidence myths and really connecting you to your authentic confidence so you can go out there and really make the most of your leadership. If you'd like to know more, please see the link in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.